Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about another bad game I've had the misfortune of playing. Record of Agarest War, or as it's called in Europe, Agarest Generations of War. Basically, this is why some people hate Japanese games, and this is the worst example of a PC port I've played in a while. Maybe not the worst, but the controls are just terrible. But anyways, let me talk about the game itself. Basically, this game was made by Compile Heart, the developers of many classics such as Hyperdimension Neptunia, Record of Agarest War, this game, and of course, Mugen Souls. So how amazing is this game, you may ask? Well, let's find out by actually playing it, shall we? So Agarest War is pretty much a train wreck of a game, and it's so bad, playing it isn't even funny. But today, I'm going to talk about how bad it is. The game is pretty much a tactical RPG where, well, you basically, apparently there's some gods at war or something in the past, but you really don't give a crap, because you basically play some dude named Leonhearted, or whatever, and basically, what he does is, basically, I'm trying to remember the plot of this game, oh yeah. He basically has to, he's finds some random war, and there's some random girl who he tries to save, and next thing you know, he fights this random other guy, and then he gets killed, and then there's fan service, and then he finds out he can only be saved if he sells his soul or something, and promises to have the next 3 generations of blah blah blah, giving this game's gimmick. Basically, you have to date random girls, random anime waifus, and your goal is to pretty much marry and have kids, pretty much. And then your kid, and then goes to the next generation. That's pretty much what this game's point is. But basically, the whole game is just bad. So let's start off with the graphics. The graphics are bland and look like your generic Japanese RPG. But it gets worse. The graphics look like a PS1 game. I mean, Final Fantasy Tactics and Disgaea have better graphics. But even though if not by much, the gameplay on those two titles is far superior than this game. And let's start off why. The first problem with this game is that it's a bad port. As you can see, there's a border on the screen because if you don't play in a 16:9 resolution, then, like say if you're playing in a 16:10 resolution, a border just displays because the game is poorly coded and cannot adapt to the other resolution. If you're playing 4:3, I wouldn't be surprised if you had a border. So the gameplay is pretty much, for the battles, your generic tactical RPG. Now, I struggle with the controls because the control scheme is bad, and so is the moving. You see, unlike most tactical RPGs, like Final Fantasy Tactics, you don't pick where you move. Unlike you don't pick move or action, you move, and then there's the action tree. Did I mention the control mapping is awkward too, with buttons being labeled such as Action 1, Action 2, and to go back, you right click and stuff. It's pretty confusing and annoying, and just reeks of a bad port. Due to this, the game is not very fun to play, as then you have to use your attacks after each turn, and so it makes the strategy more annoying. But get this, the game doesn't just end there. Did I mention that the animations seem to take forever? If you use an animation, there will be a slow delay as the game loads, and that makes the battles extremely slow and tedious, and pretty boring as well, and pretty much the exact opposite of fun. If you wanted to have fun playing this game, you're not going to have much fun playing this game at all because it's just boring and trashy. If you want a good game, go get Disgaea or Final Fantasy Tactics. They're also tactical RPGs, but they're a lot more fun. The music is just generic, repetitive, and forgettable. Seriously. The battle themes are and that's pretty much all the music this game can be watered down to and summed up as. And pretty much, this game is a pain to play because of, well, the gameplay being slow. And did I mention the game feels poorly made? Despite, I mean, even compared to, say, Disgaea, the production values of this game feel low. Even for, say, a Nintendo DS game, the production values of this game would seem low. Sure, there's voice acting, but there aren't many animations, and it just feels cheaply made, like an indie game. But this is a full game that's actually being published and stuff on Steam. And did I mention that, well, the game just feels flat repetitive? Honestly, I'd save your money and wouldn't buy this game. Instead, go get, like I said, Final Fantasy Tactics or Disgaea, because in the end, those games are better than this. But in the end, you realize that this game was made by Compile Heart, and it really feels like more effort was put into drawing big tits on the characters than making a game that was fun to play. Because that's what this game feels like. And all in all, I'd avoid this game if you want a deep RPG. But, I mean, seriously, I want a deep RPG. I don't want a waifu simulator in my RPG. And that is all. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more, and please, like I said, buy better games that are more fun than this.